ABC Friday.
It just takes one great idea to change your life.
Shark Tank returns for its 15th season.
I didn't know I was going to cry right now.
With new guest sharks, Jason Blum of Blumhouse, Michael Rubin of Fanatics, and Candace Nelson of Sprinkles Cupcakes.
I'm going to make you an offer.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I've never seen anything like this on Shark Tank.
This season is a 15.
I totally believe in you.
Shark Tank premieres Friday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
If you are a lover of affirmations, or you've just heard about how powerful they can be, then you are going to love the Daily Affirmations for Women podcast, created by the Women's Meditation Network and hosted by the amazing Jodi Agard. Every morning, you'll receive an episode that is dedicated to one specific affirmation, so you can have the space to reflect on it and receive the power within it. Follow and start listening now to the Daily Affirmations for Women podcast on your favorite podcast player.
This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2458. This is how to be less distracted by having fun in tedious tasks by Nir Eyal of nirandfar.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Welcome back to a bonus Sunday episode. I do this once a week so we can hear a little bit more content to optimize our lives. An extra episode from one of the other shows where we read articles to you. Today, I'm sharing one from Optimal Living Daily. If you enjoy it, you can follow or subscribe in your favorite podcast app for daily episodes. So with that, here's Justin from Optimal Living Daily as we optimize your life.
This is how to be less distracted by having fun in tedious tasks by Nir Eyal of nirandfar.com. Want to be less distracted? Try this. Find the fun in tedious tasks. From comic books and radio programs to TV shows and Atari games, the world has always been full of things that distract us. Today, most of us blame our phones, or more specifically, social media, words with friends, or Netflix as a reason we can't get anything done. Yet these aren't the real culprits. Instead, our distraction is usually driven by our desire to escape discomfort, including boredom, fear, and anxiety, or tasks in our work calendar that don't sync with how we value our time. When you binge on The Office rather than doing your taxes, watching Michael, Pam, and Dwight is your understandable way of avoiding an activity you deem to be a tedious task. The secret to staying focused at times like these is not to abstain from The Office, you'll just find another distraction, but to change your perspective on the task itself. Ian Bogost studies fun for a living. A professor of interactive computing at the Georgia Institute of Technology, Bogost has written 10 books, including quirky titles like How to Talk About Video Games, The Geek's Chihuahua, and most recently, Play Anything. In the latter book, Bogost makes several bold claims that challenge how we think about fun and play. Fun, he writes, quote, turns out to be fun even if it doesn't involve much or any enjoyment, end quote. Huh? Doesn't fun have to feel good? Not necessarily, Bogost says. By relinquishing our notions about what fun should feel like, we open ourselves up to seeing our daily activities in a new way. Play can be part of any difficult task, he believes, and though play doesn't necessarily have to be pleasurable, it can free us from discomfort, which, let's not forget, is an essential ingredient driving distraction. Given what we know about our propensity for distraction when we're uncomfortable, reimagining difficult work as fun could prove incredibly empowering. Imagine how powerful you'd feel if you're able to transform the hard, focused work you have to do into something that felt like play. Is that even possible? Bogost thinks it is, but probably not in the way you think. Don't sugarcoat it. We've all heard Mary Poppins' advice to add a spoonful of sugar and turn a job into a game. Well, Bogost believes Poppins was wrong. He claims her approach, quote, recommends covering over drudgery, end quote. As he writes, quote, we fail to have fun because we don't take things seriously enough, not because we take them so seriously that we'd have to cut their bitter taste with sugar. Fun is not a feeling so much as an exhaust produced when an operator can treat something with dignity. Fun is the aftermath of deliberately manipulating a familiar situation in a new way, end quote. The answer, therefore, is to focus on the task itself. Instead of running away from our pain or using rewards like prizes and treats to help motivate us, the idea is to pay such close attention that you find new challenges you didn't see before. Those new challenges provide the novelty to engage our attention and maintain focus when tempted by distraction. TV, social media, and other commercially produced distractions use slot machine-like variable rewards to keep us engaged with a constant stream of newness. Bogas points out that we can use the same techniques to make any task more pleasurable and compelling. He gives the example of mowing his lawn. It may seem ridiculous to call an activity like this fun, he writes, yet he learned to love it. There is novelty in even the most tedious tasks. Pay close, foolish, even absurd attention to things, he says. Bogas soaked up as much information as he could about the way grass grows and how to treat it. Then he created an imaginary playground in which the limitations actually helped to produce meaningful experiences. He learned about the constraints he had to operate under, including local weather conditions and what different kinds of equipment can and can't do. Operating under constraints, Bogas says, is the key to creativity and fun. Finding the optimal path for the mower or beating a record time are other ways to create an imaginary playground. While learning how to have fun cutting grass may seem like a stretch, people find fun in a wide range of activities that you might not find particularly interesting. Consider my local coffee-obsessed barista who spends a ridiculous amount of time refining the perfect brew, the car buff who toils for countless hours fine-tuning her ride, or the crafter who painstakingly produces intricate sweaters and quilts for everyone he knows. Of course, these people don't find these activities to be tedious tasks at all. To them, they're the most fascinating and enthralling things in the entire world. But you can try bringing their mindset, their love of minutia, their pride in mastery, their eternal yearning to do better, to some of your most dreaded tasks. For me, I learned to stay focused on the sometimes tedious work of writing books by finding the mystery in it. I write to answer interesting questions and discover novel solutions to old problems. To use a popular aphorism, quote, "The cure for boredom is curiosity. There is no cure for curiosity," end quote. Today I write for the fun of it. Of course, it's also my profession, but by finding the fun, I'm able to do my work without getting as distracted as I once did. Remember, finding novelty is only possible when we give ourselves the time to focus intently on a task and look hard for the variability. The great thinkers and tinkerers of history made their discoveries because they were obsessed with the intoxicating draw of discovery, the mystery that pulls us in because we want to know more. Whether it's uncertainty about our ability to do a task better or faster than last time, or coming back to question the unknown day after day, the quest to solve these challenges is what can turn the discomfort we seek to escape into an activity we embrace. You just listened to the post titled, "This is How to Be Less Distracted by Having Fun in Tedious Tasks" by Nir Eyal of nirandfar.com.
Wait, are you gaming? On a Chromebook?
Yep. It's got a high-res 120Hz display, plus this killer RGB keyboard. And I can access thousands of games anytime, anywhere.
Stop playing.
What?
Get out of here.
Huh?
Yeah, I want you to stop playing and get out of here so I can game on that Chromebook.
Got it.
Discover the ultimate cloud gaming machine, a new kind of Chromebook.
This episode is brought to you by Google. The Google Cybersecurity Certificate provides the necessary skills to begin a career in cybersecurity. Visit safety.google/cyber workforce today.
Thank you to Nir. This was actually an excerpt from his book, Indistractable, and turned into a blog post. So check out that book if you like this post. Again, it's called Indistractable. This one hit home for me with these podcasts. It can get really old, really fast, narrating and editing, so much material, but there's always new ways to think about what I'm working on. When I'm deep into thinking about it and not just doing it reflexively and boring myself, then that's when it gets interesting and time actually flies. You might be thinking that you can't apply it to your work, but I encourage you to try. You never know what might happen. So try that out today, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Friday show, where your optimal life awaits.